Hey, so my name is Giselle, and I'm going to be talking about stakeholders. So, specifically with Baldwin Park, the question comes up of who can be a stakeholder. That is essentially almost anybody. Anybody that is a resident in Baldwin Park, any business owners, city or school representatives, um, anybody that encompasses Baldwin Park. A couple examples of these could be the Kaiser Foundation Hospital that's in Baldwin Park. Another one is San Gabriel Valley um, Con- Constromium on homelessness. That's an organization that specializes in the homeless population that is currently going on right now in Baldwin Park. There's also the San Gabriel Valley Mental Health one as well, and their focus is mainly with mental health and help aiding the population, well, the residents there, and providing them with good mental health support systems and organizations that essentially end up bettering the community. And then, of course, we also have the National Alliance on Mental Illness as well. So, when we talk about stakeholders, it's important to understand that these are individuals who vested an interest in the city. So essentially, they end up bringing value, any advancements, and success to the city, essentially. But not only the city themselves, but more the residents, the community, people that have personal ties or some type of um, like individualism in there, or either some type of organization. So um, it can be like plenty of different people. It can be like any local businesses, like I said, advocacy groups, any like any type of organization, parents, teachers, um, like principals, school boards, anything in the sense of them being invested into the city to end up having their residents be successful in any type of way. Um, I did email somebody. His name is Enrique Zalavar. He's actually Baldwin's chief executive officer. He didn't email me back, but he did recently release a press. He did a press release, and he ended up composing um, residents, business owners, city and school representatives, to hopefully attend more community meetings and engage in dialogue with them and really find out the areas needing more investment and contributions. So, the purpose of these meetings, like the community meetings, is obviously to find out community needs. And this can be like having a different stakeholder come into play, or having somebody, for instance, Baldwin Park, and specifically, they have stakeholder advisory committees, and they meet up and they kind of end up talking about any needs that they need, such as like even parks, streets, 911 emergency responses, any community programs, and they also provide incentives to try to address affordable living situations. I know they do a lot with the homelessness that's going on, and also like other essential city services. So, I emailed Enrique Zalavar to try to see if I can get a list or anyone ideally specific to Baldwin Park, to see if, just to get the interactions, to see how, like, kind of in depth how they go along with their community meetings. I have not heard anything back though. But I did reach out to him. I know also Kaiser Foundation, they also did a community health assessment in 2019, and it included like various needs of the community. to try to access like healthcare, education, livable wages, housing, and all that stuff. Um, and that was another example of how a stakeholder ends up assessing a community and bringing to that bringing their their information back to the stakeholder advisory committee and telling them, hey, I conducted this assessment. This is what I see our community needs. And according to that one, this is how we should probably proceed. And the committee then ends up taking that into account and then investing that back into the city. And this is kind of how stakeholders work. And that's how they play an effect. And that's exactly how, specifically with Baldwin Park, how it ends up getting addressed and how they end up investing back into the city to try to help and address and invest more into their city and make advancements.